What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fundamentals. This is a trade recap of August 3rd, 2026. I know I haven't been posting lately, and that's because I was in an absolute funk last week, losing a bunch of trades, blowing a bunch of accounts. So I decided to take the week off, and I came back today and had a good day. Had a green day all around. Had technically an emotional failure because I ended up not holding my trades, but I was so far in drawdown, I was looking for green where I could take it. And yeah, let's go over today's trade. It's a pretty straightforward one. I got on the charts about 9 o'clock. I am currently in replay mode. There's 9 o'clock right there. This is what we can see. So from the looks of it, we had already swept London low. We already swept London low here. London high and Asia high are still on the table. ES, on the other hand, had already swept. I don't know why that's looking like that. Had already swept the highs, but not the lows. So we had this crazy kind of weird divergence um, that was kind of making me want to sit out. I was a little cautious on things today, but and as you can see over there, about 9 o'clock, you can see that the lows had not been taken out yet. And so, what I wanted to see, I don't want to ruin this trade for y'all. But what I wanted to see essentially was a dip down to sweep the lows because I was like, okay, ES still needs to get the lows. So I was looking for either a play off the 786 or right off the rip, and Q is going to go up and grab the highs. And so with my rules, I don't trade before 9:45. I don't trade unless 9:45 is posted. So what we can see when we go forward here is off the rip, we get that immediate down move. We have a tap of the previous day 50 there and a continuation downward. Meanwhile, on the other side, ES is doing what we wanted it to do, sweeping both London low and Asia low, and then coming back up into our IFEGs, into our FEGs. Indicator fires up. We could have easily taken the long here. I decided not to because I'm sticking to my rule. And what we see is we actually see a range being formed between the 236s as orbs getting formed. Now, as we chop around here, we're now at 942, tapping that midline orb that had been formed, tapping the 236. And as we can see over here, ES is kind of chopping, doing the same thing too, tapping the 236 down to the 236. And as we continue up, we begin having this resistance up here at the 236. And now I did take a trade here because I saw we had a print through of the IFEG. However, I was immediately taken out. So my confluences were, and this was at about 944, 945. So I believe I took the trade here. I'd have to take a look. So why did I take this? Well, ES had a beautiful high being taken on the right-hand side here, up and a breakthrough orb. Target was the 786. And so I jumped back into the trade immediately as the NQ came back up. And I was so far in drawdown, I immediately just took my $100 and quit for the day, essentially. But you can see it begin to chop, 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 chop. Pretty big candles, so your stop loss is kind of crazy, but it was about 100 ticks for the stop loss, which is about my maximum stop loss. So I was comfortable taking that trade. And there we failed to create a lower low, so we kind of have this trend going on, and we create a higher high. And if you look over on the right-hand side here, ES took the higher high with volume and power and pushed through that orb. So I knew the trade was somewhat good, right? We always have that percentage of failure, but I knew it was good. I wanted to target the 786, and the reason why I was an emotional failure today was because, again, I was so far in drawdown. When I saw green, I was kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna take it until I get out of that drawdown. I was able to achieve plenty of green today and actually make progress also on one of my accounts. I didn't stick to my risk reward. However, what I wanted to see was to take the long off of here with 3 units. And you can see that our stop loss with 100 ticks lines up perfectly kind of with the structure there. So you can see that our there's our 100 ticks there, and we can continue. And immediately we get taken out, so we jump back into the trade again. And there we have the breakthrough there, which I immediately took profit. I think when I saw ES begin to chop around, somewhere up there, but I took my money and ran. But however, we can see it run all the way up to our target. I believe I took profit here. I also took a short off of here because we had this come up, reverse through the IFVG, and I believe I took profit down there as well. But you can see it run all the way to our target at 786 there, and that's a beautiful trade there. 400 ticks, easy day. I didn't, again, get the full 400 ticks. I got about 100 ticks. I think I saw 250, 257 with, I believe, one loss today, one win. But because we stuck it out for the reward, we were able to make it back. So breaking down today's trade, the trade is about a C plus, maybe a B plus trade because we didn't have. I'm not comfortable still playing off of PD50, 236, 236, and the zeros. I'm comfortable playing off of 786s and everything else. So I was waiting for those sweeps, and today I believe we'll look at it at the end. I believe it blows through each of these. So there was no true reversals today. The only reversal was right here when ES had to go get that continued higher. I believe that's because there was a lot of news with Trump today, and it was a very big news-driven day. There was a trade right here because we had a true trend come up, impulse trend come down, and so I kind of scalped that, not on purpose, but because I was so quick with my stop losses and break evens, I was able to secure green. This chop here, another one of my rules is not to trade when range breaker is alive, and you can see that it was alive here, and so I broke that rule as well because I took my trade because I saw the candles were pretty large, but like not too large. And I also saw on the right hand side, if you can see, ES created those higher highs and began that uptrend here. I knew this was kind of the reversal. It was just when do I enter. And so that was the trade today. I'm going to post, on a side note, I'm going to post a buy me a coffee link because my computer decided to, the hinges, I guess, decided to get stuck today, and so my entire screen ripped when I tried to close my laptop today. So it's still usable, but I feel like it's gonna be on its last leg, and so yeah, it's basically I should post a picture, but it's a busted. I don't even know it. I'm not sure what even happened, but the hinge essentially got stuck. It's when I tried closing it, just snapped, and it's pretty gnarly. But anyways, that's all I got today. It was a quick trade today. I'm still working on my confidence because I'm very heavy in drawdown currently, so I'm still working through that, and we'll let this play out too. And you can see as we reach that Asia high, we continue up higher. So I'm still working on my confidence, trying to get my drawdown back in. But today was a confidence builder because hey, we took a trade that was like in the middle of chop, and it turned out really well for us. So about a B plus trade because it wasn't that sweet to a reversal on the way up. But because we had confidence in our confidence and we were able to speak through the trade, it ended up working in our favor. So we also technically caught it on paper because I told myself, hey, the target is 786. What I should have done is set a stop loss at break even and just walked away because the system works. You can see that if I had taken my emotions out and walked away, I would have made my target. But because I was emotional and got into my own trade and in my own head, I took stop loss or profit way too early and decided to leave. So that's all I got for you guys. The Buy Me a Coffee is going to be down in the link. If you like what you see, give it a like, give it a subscribe. This trading journey that I'm on is going to be very raw. It's nothing going to be special. I'm gonna be posting everything from what I'm learning and everything. So it'd be great for the support. But I am doing this for me ultimately, just to hold myself accountable. Because by trading in front of you guys and just like having someone there, I have to hold my own rules. So today was a B plus trade. It ended up working in our favors. I was one and done. That was a good thing we did today. We were one and done. I traded one trade on each of my accounts, and we just kind of left one or two. But we stuck to that 3-3 loss rule kind of, and we were able to make green. So the link's gonna be down in the description below, and leave me a comment on what you guys want to see, what you like, what you dislike. Yeah, thanks for watching and joining me on this journey.